Dun, 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 na, 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 na. Da, 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 da. Everybody knows what that's from, right? Like, that's iconic. This is iconic. This is a 40 for 40 review, which means I'm turning 40 and I'm living out my midlife crisis by picking out 40 of my favorite films and telling you about them. And of course, this is Jurassic Park. I spared no expense in making this review and bringing this to you. And it's on Peacock. But guess what? It doesn't have audio description. What the fuck, guys? And I made a commitment. I was going to do 40, all 40 of my films were going to have audio description. And I believe somewhere out there, Jurassic Park has audio description. And this is just Peacock not understanding their heritage. They are backed, this Comcast Universal backed company. I don't think Universal would exist without Jurassic Park. I know that's a bold statement, but I honestly believe that certain film studios exist solely based on what have they provided to the world of entertainment since their launch. And that's what Universal Studios, if you walk around their park, that is exactly what they hold up. They hold up their big franchises, the ones that they have the rights to. You know, they talk about their Universal Monsters, and they hold up things like the Fast and Furious franchise as a ride. But what they also have is the Wizarding World, because the Wizarding World has been such a huge boom for, Warner Brothers. Wait, so they leased the rights to so what's Universal? Oh, you know what's Universal? Jurassic Park is Universal. 6 films, billions of dollars at the box office, tons of merchandise, toys, TV, the Jurassic World kept Cretaceous, video games. You're telling me that after all of that, and this is the 30th anniversary, that there isn't audio description on Peacock? I call bullshit and shenanigans. Like, I need a Peacock representative to explain to me why they think that's okay. I feel free to contact me on social media and tell me why you believe it's okay that one of the biggest films your studio has ever released should not have accessibility. Because that is insane to me. It's absolutely batshit crazy that this film. I didn't even check it. I know how to use the audio description project, but it was Jurassic Park and it was on Peacock. It's not like it was Jurassic Park on Hulu, and I was like, I don't know. Did they bring? Probably not. I was like, oh, it's on Peacock. It has to be, right? Sort of like how all the Harry Potter films on Max have audio description because Warner Brothers knows where they got their money from. I mean, there's no question to them. They're like, yeah, we know. It's a huge fuck up for them in terms of accessibility. But I love this film. I grew up. I don't remember actually seeing this in theaters. I know I did because I remember being a kid and getting the toys, and knowing who the toys were, because I got like Muldoon. It was one of the toys that I got, and he's definitely not one of the characters that you immediately go, oh my god, I got Muldoon, the guy who dies. He's great. He's this. This is like the only film I think that I've ever actually owned the soundtrack to, and there are no songs on it. Like, nobody sings. There's no vocal music on it. It's just pure soundtrack. And I loved it. And I just listened to the Jurassic Park score. I'm obsessed with Jurassic Park. I would go. I've read the book, I've seen the movie, and I would go to Jurassic Park if it was real. I'd probably be eaten. My blind ass walking around Jurassic Park like Velociraptor in the first 5 minutes on the island. But yeah, I would go to Jurassic Park. Which is not, I don't think that's the message we're supposed to take away from the film, but This film has had such an impact on me. I think this is the film that when I was coming out of like kids films and transitioning into less animated fare, Jurassic Park helped me sort of see that, and it was stunning back in the day. I mean, God, the use of practical effects along with computer generated effects, what they were able to do here, what Spielberg pulled off, is amazing. And for me, I've seen Jurassic Park, I don't even know how many times. So there's a certain amount of visual memory recall that happens when I watch Jurassic Park where I can actually remember what certain shots look like, what these actors look like. I can remember, like Sam Neill doing that cool thing where he like rips off his glasses because he's like, oh my God, dinosaurs. And the glasses just fly off. He's like, oh, what is this? He's just like, he can't believe what's in front of his face. And obviously there's the cool shot of them driving away, and you can see the T-Rex in the side mirror, and it says objects in the mirror are closer than maybe closer than they appear. And it looks really close. Yeah, it's they're looking for Gennaro. They're like, oh, this looks like Gennaro too. Nedry's death scene, which is so much more violent in the book. I've read the book, by the way. This is probably the only indication where I love both the book and the film, because I think the book offers like a completely different experience. It's almost like two different interpretations on the same thing. It's like watching two different Peter Pan movies and loving them both, because they both kind of understand what the story was trying to tell you to begin with, and they're just interpretations on that story. And both versions have different characters that live and die depending on what they were feeling. Michael Crichton had his own ideas about who should live and who should die, and then Spielberg came around and was like, this is my idea. That grumpity grump who spared no expense. I'm not gonna give him a horrible death sequence. Instead, I'm going to turn him into a somewhat quasi Santa Claus figure. We're gonna make him cuddly and lovable. We're gonna flip the ages of the kids. In the book, Tim is the older one and Lex is the younger one, and Lex is absolutely useless in the book. She really is. Yeah, there's so many things that they do. There's so many places that they go too that they don't go in the movie. There's so much like material left out there. The whole aviary sequence, that they basically just took that from the book and then put it in Jurassic Park 3. They found ways of repurposing some of the material for later on. But it's a really cool movie, and I've loved it, and I've owned Jurassic Park stuff throughout my life. Somewhere I've got a shirt. Somewhere I had a Jurassic Park magnet. I've been to the Jurassic Park area at Islands of Adventure. Just everything. This is my franchise. This is the film that started it all for me. This is the film that I often say is my favorite film of all time, because it's the film that I find that nobody fights me on. Like, I never have to explain myself. People just accept it. There are some films that way, that even though they're kind of mainstream and they're obvious, nobody fights you on them. Star Wars fans, they can start off and they might say A New Hope, but they'll probably say Empire Strikes Back, because they want the fans to know that they're a real fan of Star Wars. So they usually say Empire Strikes Back. Godfather is another one. But then again, even Godfather fans, they want to let other Godfather fans know Part 2 was where it got really good. So they slide them with the Part 2. So yeah, there are certain films that when you just say them, people just don't question it. They're like, yeah, okay, and that was a great film. I understand it. It's cinematic worth. I don't know that it, is it going to win over the people who were cheering on Nomadland for Best Picture? Probably not. I don't think there's a lot of crossover, but hey, maybe so. I mean, we all started off somewhere, and the directors nowadays were inspired by directors from that time period. So I think Steven Spielberg's inspired a lot of people with Jurassic Park, with what he was able to do and how real it was able to look at this time. The mix of animatronics and practical effects and visual effects looked really good. Unfortunately, none of that translates because there's no fucking audio description on this film. So I have no idea what this film feels like with audio description. It's ridiculous. I think there might even be like a Fathom event that's running right now, because I saw people on Twitter tweeting about how they were enjoying Jurassic Park's 30th anniversary. If you're enjoying it, are you enjoying with audio description? Where are you enjoying it? Like, I'm intrigued now. Was there a Fathom event that I missed? We did just re-release Empire Strikes Back for its 40th anniversary, so are we releasing Jurassic Park for its 30th? Maybe. So yeah, I mean, we did re-release Jurassic Park into theaters for its like 20th anniversary, 25th anniversary, somewhere around there. It had like a 3D re-release, which makes me again go, somewhere there's a fucking audio description track for this film, because this film has been re-released into theaters fairly recently, and it's just, I can't believe that a film has been released in theaters this recently doesn't have an audio description track. So I think this is a Peacock fail. This is a cock fail. They went soft on me. This cock felt soft. I just could go on all day and keep making fun of their name, but I won't. I will rise above and just say, if you haven't seen Jurassic Park, watch Jurassic Park. I don't even care if it's with audio description. Just enjoy it. It's got a fucking great score. If you've never listened to the score alone warrants listening to. Just listen to the score. Don't even watch the film. Just listen to the score. Have your whatever streaming service pull up Jurassic Park and listen to the score, and at least enjoy that. If you're like, well, I don't watch films without it, at least listen to the damn score. It's got a beautiful score. It's so iconic, and it makes me happy. This film always makes me happy. This is a film I would watch anytime, anywhere, any place, anywhere, on a phone, on a TV, on a big screen. Doesn't matter. I'm a Jurassic Park fan for life. We always grade things with like the A, B, C, D, F scale. I wish there was another letter above A for Jurassic Park. I'd elevate it into the whatever tier, the titanium tier of film. A++. That's my grade. Just gonna add pluses. A++. But yeah, I couldn't not do 40 for 40 and not do Jurassic Park, especially when it was sitting right there on Peacock. It wasn't even hard for me to find it. It was apparently like, it was a current suggestion for me. It was like right there in the Peacock picks. It was like third in. It was just bam, bam. Oh, Jurassic Park. I don't mind if I do. So anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. I don't know why this doesn't have audio description. It's shameful, because if you've never seen the film before, if you're trying to introduce your kid to this, that's why it matters. It's because not everybody was born. Like this film is 30 years old. A lot of people have been born since then, so they've missed out on the opportunity. And if you got a 10-year-old kid who was born blind and who's really into dinosaurs, and you want to introduce them to Jurassic Park for the first time, and you go to Peacock, and it's not fucking there, it's obnoxious. This is way too big of a film to not have audio description. The film matters far too much to Universal and their legacy. So, it's unacceptable. It's just, I don't know. I'm so disappointed. But thanks for subscribing. Keep following me so I can keep chastising people for not having audio description. I have a website, MacMovieGuy.com. You can go to Twitter, Instagram, and follow me on MacMovieGuy. I encourage you to go to the Audio Description Project, adp.acb.org. It'll let you know what has audio description and where you can watch it. And you can go to the ADNA.org. That's the ADNA.org. It'll let you know who's narrating your favorite films and television series. That's it. That's all I got today. So I will watch something else and see you guys on the other side.